How long can a human being live? Well, we can say safely the average age is over 70, thanks to developments in medical science. But it can be longer if we improve a few things. Better medical infrastructure, advanced research, cures for terminal illnesses can make man live longer. But equally important, or maybe even more important, are two more things. One is mental health and the other is the quality of life. Mental health is as much important. If we lose the battle of survival in the mind, we lose our physicality too. So mental health and the quality of life, not just equally important, but interdependent too. For mental health, we need to start by observing our breath. Observe the sound of breath in your inhalation and exhalation respectively. When we can observe this, and when we can perform this in sync and alignment with the respective kriyas as taught by the Kriya teacher, then with this exercise, as a few weeks pass by, not just our breath cycle span increases, but so does our lifespan increase. The goal of this practice is spontaneity. After some time, we can experience suspension of breath, that is neither inhalation nor exhalation. Initially, we experience the suspension after inhalation. It slowly increases in span, thus increasing our breath cycle span and our longevity further. After a few days of practice, we also start observing suspension of breath after exhalation and before inhalation. In understanding the suspension properly, we need a proper guide's help. Someone who has been there many times before. In yoga scriptures, these 4 kriyas or natural actions or yogic actions are called Nishwasa, Kumbhak, Prashwasa and Bahya Kumbhak. These are not exercises as every yoga master is teaching these days. This is Swarakriya Vigyan. This is the science of increasing lifespan. The best places, according to me, to receive these techniques and training of at least 3 weeks are Aprupi Swar Gufa, Amarnath Gufa in Kashmir, Shivkori Gufa, and the Arunachal Parbat in southern India. These kriyas increase lifespan and even talk about a very long life, given the fact that we do other aspects right in our life, especially food and lifestyle. There are some more breathing exercises called pranayam in yoga, like Brahmari, Bhastrika, Pranav, Ujjayi, Udgit, etc., which I believe are useful only when it happens spontaneously as a kriya. Doing it as part of an exercise schedule is not at all recommendable. Different bodies have different needs, mind you. In the same way, there are locks, mudras and postures that only need to be performed as kriyas. So the most important thing is to find the kriya form, that technology that can change our life completely. For instance, as I speak now, my whole body is in a state of bandha, asana, mudra, pranayam, all at the same time, while my hands are in a particular mudra, all on its own. This is due to Kriya Kundalini, also called Kundalini. Here it's important to know what does Kriya Kundalini actually mean. As many people have read about it from a book, light that they have mastered it when they are only half-baked and then in a state of what I term as spiritual frustration or maybe a defeat on the path of spirituality, they walk back towards materialism and lack of faith and decide to start selling it for some material gains without proper knowledge. I'm against it, not just because it is dangerous to your physicality and mind, but also because it's a lie. And nothing could be worse than lying in the name of the givers, in the name of truth. It's fine if you don't know, but at least don't lie. Kriya means Kriya, that is Kri and young. Kri is cream, which is a seed mantra, and so is young. These mantras are born out of Om, and these seed mantras give birth to many mantras. What is a mantra? A mantra is a collection of vibrations that results in either creation, sustenance, or dissolution. For instance, Om does all the three. So mantras basically give results, positive results. Mantras have the power to heal your body and mind if you chant or listen. They are like a specific program or code that give a desired or required result. Mantras have the power to calm you down, settle the chaos, and immerse you into silence, bring you into the center. You can now tap your intelligence a lot better. Your body responds more positively. Mantras conquer minds. It's an amazing tool. So after practices of mantra and tantra, as per tantric and mantran sciences, we enter a state of kriya or kriyam, which means a happening. A result of vibration, the goal being healing and ascension. Kundalini is a term used for a vortex or a spiral-like energy at the base of our spine in our bioenergetic sheath. This has got nothing to do with a snake, as many people or yogis think. Some yoga books have got it all wrong. A vortex or a spiral is circular that keeps orbiting around the center until it reaches the center. For instance, our planet is right now in an orbit around the sun, but it is coming closer to the sun. We were farther away from the sun once upon a time, but as we came closer to the sun, there was life, there was habitat. A day will come when we will be closer to the sun and no habitat can survive. This planet will then become a planet of the dead. That's how it happens in galaxies, solar systems, and universes. That's how from a spiral galaxy we may become an elliptical galaxy and one day maybe a lenticular one. That's how galaxies are born and they die. Nothing is forever. But till then, it's a long time that we have to go through. That which is beyond such happenings, beyond time and space, and could still be experienced in time and space because of the vibration that it gives birth to, is called Mahakal, the timeless one. Through yogic practices, we can experience the timeless one in this mortal body made of matter. This body will go back to 5 elements, or in other words, the child will return to its ever so loving mother or ma, but the consciousness lives on in a subtler way. This body can end, but the journey won't. This is why I believe I must say some things about myself which may sound strange or maybe fiction to you, but will probably be a great story to understand what a journey is, how it is, and why we should love it. Or maybe I must tell you why I am in love with it. But before telling my story, just like to mention that Kundalini is a kind of energy which has a certain shape, has got nothing to do or is not even remotely close to any snake. And it is only when we take certain steps does it come into play and start functioning. It takes time for this energy or bioenergic system to warm up and then reach its true potential, switch on all its buttons and fly the plane like any machine with functions. This function helps us experience new vibrations, stillness, locks, emotions, rhythms, visuals, currents and desires. This will also lead one day, not today, one day, this will also lead to understanding of the science of nature and many more Vidyas. So we start becoming a different person, and in a few weeks or months, we can become a totally different person. So the Kriya Kundalini or Kul Kundalini or Kundalini Shakti or Kriya Shakti, or what they call a manifestation of the Devi or of the feminine aspect, is an energy that when tapped in a well-planned way produces amazing results or desired results such as healing, love, compassion, strength, surrender, fearlessness, power, free-flowing nature, capability to not just accept but to embrace everything that comes our way as a beautiful offering of nature. It makes life easy, simple, strong for us. We not just become better survivors but thrivers as well. It's a way of living your life in this huge cosmos, in this physical reality. It's a way to not feel low at any point in this zone of time, space, and matter. However, if this beautiful energy is tapped without a particular maneuvering process, then it can burst and even cause damages as there is tremendous energy stored in each one of us. How and why do floods happen? And what is the result? The same water source, a life giver, turns into a life taker. The same applies to rain or heat of the sun, which nourishes our body, but at a certain time in a certain season also causes sunstrokes. And this has become more rampant after the hole in the ozone layer is expanded. So this energy, the Kundalini energy, is a giver, like any deity should be, but it has to be maneuvered in a certain way, guided awakening. That is why a direct connectivity with a certain light-bodied master or even an awakened and capable physical master or being is important. The path that I believe in, love, follow, and have found 100% authentic, which I have myself walked upon, that I will share along with a lot of sharings, true happenings, as well as facts. Keep listening.